Why you lying in the black tub? Hey.
We don't need no education. Says the young man sitting in class. School's out, 3 o'clock on the dot. He had beef with some kids and he got shot.
Hey, if y'all seen that movie Life, then y'all know this is where that song is from. Whenever this scene would come by, y'all know what scene this song was on. When everybody was like passing away, I used to be like, not Anthony Anderson, not Bernie Mac. Oh, man. Oh, that's a classic, bro. This is the saddest scene of the movie, bro. Cause a new day will come. Man.
John Benny.
Do for self. Except your own. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim.
Noises, man, noises. Sometimes all we need is for the loud noises to stop, right? You know, for a lot of people, this could mean a lot of things. The noise could be the noise inside somebody's head. The noise could be coming from a toxic relationship. The noise could be coming from toxic friendships. Or the noise could be coming from social media. For me, the noise was coming from social media. And I was sitting back one day, right? I was sitting back and I was thinking, and I realized I had been on social media ever since 2007, because that's when I first got on MySpace. I've been on social media every day for the last 12 years. That don't even sound normal to me when I really put it into a perspective like that. I've been on social media every day for 12 years. Because when MySpace had run its course, it became Facebook. When Facebook ran its course, it became Twitter, Instagram, and then it eventually became Snapchat. So I done had social media every day for 12 years. I've had this noise in my life for 12 years. So I reached a point where I was just like, you know what? I want to go back to life prior to social media. I want to go back to life before the noise. And to be honest with you, going on a social media hiatus, that was something I had been contemplating for a long, long time. I never really, contrary to popular belief, I never really needed social media, but it was like just a form of entertainment because I don't have a game system, so I don't play video games. So my form of entertainment is like Netflix, making YouTube videos, going to the gym. It used to be video games, but when I gave that up in like 2014, and that takes you don't realize how much time you spend playing games until you don't have it no more. You realize how much free time you had. All that free time I felt like was being replaced with mainly social media. So like I said, I had been thinking about doing this for a little while, man. I had just been putting it off. I didn't really think I could do it. And then one day, I don't even know what it was that made me just be like, you know what, I'm about to do this, man. But last week on Friday, it was like 10 something, I was at work and I was like, you know what, boom, I'm about to just do it. I just deleted all my social media apps. I told myself I was just gonna, you know, just see how it feels. I was gonna go with a week without social media, and I was just gonna see, you know, what my week was like without social media, without that noise. Now, I'm gonna keep it 100 with y'all, bro. It's similar to a junkie. Like, let's say anybody who's been doing anything for the last 12 years every single day, all of a sudden going cold turkey is not gonna be the easiest thing to do. It wasn't an easy transition for me, bro. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. Like, when I deleted social media last Friday, and Friday nights, like all day Friday, all day Saturday and Sunday, I was like, just off of habit, I was like grabbing my phone and trying to tap into like one of them social media networks, and I'm just like, dang, what do I do? There's nothing on my phone to do. I felt so bored. Like, I even had to ask my homeboys, like, bro, because they don't be on social media. I had to ask them, like, what do you do? Like, what do you look at on your phone? They was like, Netflix, YouTube, etc. I didn't have an idea of how difficult it would or would not be, so it was just something that I had to just jump into because I had never done it before. But I will say this, when people will ask me, you know, when I would talk about it with my friends, they would ask me like, how does it feel to, you know, not have social media? It felt like, you know, what I described already in this video, it just felt like a noise that had stopped. Now, I take pride in saying I live a peaceful life, and that is because I don't have a large friend group, right? I don't deal with a large number of people, so outside forces don't really tend to disturb my peace. You know, I don't make it easy for outside forces to do that because I don't deal with a lot of outside forces to begin with. So with me deleting social media, it's essentially, I guess it granted me a new level of peace that I didn't know I was capable of having. And it did seem boring at first because I would just be like, yeah, what do I do? What do I do? My phone's pretty much useless because I don't really text people. So it's like, it's really just me and my thoughts at this point. It's really just me and my thoughts, which I think is beautiful. And during this process, I learned, well, first of all, I love the fact that I did this journey because I like to challenge myself to do just different things. I like to just go on these different journeys, whether it's like something to do with my, you know, doing 1 meal a day or intermittent fasting or a social media break or lock journey. I just like to challenge myself in different aspects just out of curiosity, just to see what will happen as a result. What I will say is there are pros and cons to going away from social media. For me, one of the cons was I was not in tune with like the news that was going on in the outside world, because to be honest with you, Twitter is like my news. I don't really watch the news. Anything that's really relevant in the world, that's happening in the world, that's gonna be on the news, is probably gonna be talked about on social media too. That's usually how it works. I mean, I found out about every disaster, every love story, everything good and bad, I found out through Twitter. Another con I would say was I was just super bored at the beginning of it. I'm pretty sure like 80% to 90% of the time I'm using my phone is because I'm on one of these apps, right? So when you take away that, you're pretty much taking 80 to 90% of your phone usage away. So I found myself watching a lot more Netflix, and because I don't really Netflix too heavy, right? So I'm starting some new shows, finish some shows and things like that. But that was the main con. I was bored. Hey, I ain't gonna lie, man. I felt like a junkie going cold turkey like that. I don't understand how that could be a easy transition for anything after you done it every day for 12 years. Like, I felt like a junkie the first couple of days, bro, because I was itching to get back on social media, bro. I kept grabbing my phone out of habit, looking for the apps, and remember I deleted them. And I'm just like, damn, okay, I guess I'll just play this Domino's app on my phone. Hey, YouTube was really a big help. I started watching like I watch YouTube videos all the time. So YouTube, I was doing a lot of that, more so than Netflix. So the two biggest cons there would definitely be being bored and trying to find something to replace that boredom, and also feeling, I guess, isolated from the world. That's how I really felt, just isolated from the world. I didn't really know what was going on. You know, Twitter is my news, so without that, you know, I really didn't know about anything. Now on the flip side, you got the pros, man. These pros included, like, you know, having that inner peace, man, because the whole purpose of this was to go back to a time in my life before social media, back, you know, when I was a kid. You know, when the world still seemed a little bit pure to me. You know, I wanted to go back to that time. I wanted to just be in that moment, you know. And I understood I had the power to do that. So that's what I did. I deleted my social media and I took myself back to that time. You know, I went back to a place where I didn't hear that outside noise anymore. I didn't hear about the drama and the racism and everything that was going on social media that people were experiencing. I shut all that out, and I was in my own cocoon for 8 days, because I just got social media back yesterday on Saturday. So I was in my own cocoon for 8 days, man, shielded from the outside noise that is social media. For 8 days, I had a peace in my life that I hadn't experienced since I was a little kid. That was something major for me. Another benefit was I wanted to be around my friends more. It made me want to be around that energy more instead of the energy that's coming from my phone. It made me, taking away social media made me engage more in my reality. It made me engage more in what's around me as opposed to what's next to me with this phone. The best way to describe life without social media would be, you know, when you frying that turkey sausage or that Earl Campbell on that skillet in there, and you may be cooking it a little bit too fast and it starts smoking. And you know, when that thing get to smoking, that smoke alarm gonna go off. That smoke alarm is gonna go off. And when that smoke alarm go off, all you want is for the noise to stop, right? You don't care about nothing else. You just want that loud ass noise to stop. That's what it was like deleting social media. For 8 days, the noise stopped, you know. And I had that peace, and I was able to reset, you know. It was beautiful for sure. I told myself I was just gonna do it for a week. You know, I did it a little bit longer than a week. I did it 8 days instead of 7. I would advise everybody, man, if you can do this at some point in your life, if you have the willpower, which I feel like we all do, Just take a break from social media. It don't have to be a week. It can be a couple days. It can be a month. You know, I plan on next time I go on my little hiatus, I may try to do it for like 2 weeks. I'm gonna try to do it longer every time, bro, because I really don't be fucking with social media like that. But I be on there just because it's just entertaining. If all this social media stuff just blew up and never existed, bro, we would have all been fine. We would have all been fine. And this may sound like a bit of an extreme comparison, but when I first got back on social media last night, it felt like I had just got out of jail, bro. I hopped on that joint like, bro, what's the word, bro? What's been going on, bro? You hear me? Because I felt like I had been isolated, bro. I felt like I had missed it. But it wasn't until I got back on social media last night that I realized, bro, B. Collins, you ain't missed shit, bro. You ain't missed nothing. It's the same old shit. And that's what I'm trying to tell y'all. Y'all gonna delete, if y'all delete social media and go off and take a little hiatus, you gonna come back and you gonna see you ain't missed nothing, bro. It's the same thing that was there before you even took your hiatus. It's the same BS, bro. It's the same noise, you know? You just gotta be able to figure out how you wanna manage that. You have to be in control of how much social media you let in your life. It is just social media. It's okay to reset, bro. I promise you won't be missing nothing. I promise. Guys, kings and queens, man, as always, thank you for watching this content. If you like it, subscribe, share, all that. And as always, remember to love somebody, remember to hug somebody. We're here today, we're gone today. I'm out.
Do for self. Except your own. Bismillah, Rahman, Ar-Rahim.